Hi and welcome to Ali Lives Well on Less. I'm Ali, an early retired teacher currently living well on my small pension. And today is Foodie Friday, where we talk about all aspects of food, whether it be buying it, preparing it, freezing it, eating it, but most importantly, saving money while we still eat really well. And it is part of my aim to show that you can eat well on a small budget and you can eat healthily on a small budget. So in today's video, you are going to see me taking on a sort of challenge that I set myself. I was really determined that I was going to go to Lidl to get my free bakery item, and the only thing I was going to buy was a Lidl box. And to stop myself from spending more, because you always buy more things in Lidl than you go in for, to stop myself spending more money, I had £4.40 in cash to stop myself buying more than I needed. So I went to Lidl, and unfortunately they did not have their boxes out. So I was just cheeky and I asked the girl that I normally speak to when I go in at that time in the morning. I said, "Are there no Lidl boxes today?" And she went, "Oh, there should be." She shouted the manager, and the manager said, yeah, they'll be out in about 20-25 minutes. The guy's just making them up just now. And I thought, right, okay. So I thought, right, I'll go and do something else and then I'll come back. So I went to Morrisons. I set aside my £1.50 for a Lidl box. Fingers crossed, of course, that they were going to be worth it. So I had £2.90. And I thought, right, I'm going to see if I go into Morrisons and if I can get some meat or something either reduced or on special offer. And you'll see, I did. I did manage to spend my £2.90 on a pack of cooking bacon that was reduced to 75p, and chicken drumsticks, which were £2.15 for a big kilo pack of them. And what I had not realised before, because I'm not a regular Morrisons shopper, because it's slightly at the other end of town that I would normally go to, so I have to make an effort to go there. I didn't know that Morrisons self-service tills take cash. Daft, I know, because I know quite a few of the other supermarkets in town used to accept notes and things, but they don't, I don't think they do that anymore. But I'm just so used to tapping my card that I didn't really notice. Because at that time in Morrisons, they didn't have any cashiers on the tills, so it was, unfortunately, it was self-service. So I've stored that one away for the future, so if I'm ever emptying my pockets of cash or my little storage of cash, I can always get stuff in Morrisons. So in today's video, you are going to see me use some of the things in the Lidl box. There's actually not a lot that needs preparing or storing. It'll just be eating or using cooking as normal. But I have made a few things. So I'm asking a few questions in the videos. So if you want to answer them below, that would be really helpful. I'm looking for some ideas for the easy peelers. I'm still not sure if I'm going to. I've got 2 big bags of easy peelers that I got in the Lidl box. But I'm making a few things, showing you a few things, and yeah, have a look at the video and I'll speak to you again at the end. Okay, we'll start with the £1.50 Lidl box. Now, I think I know everything that's in it, but I haven't actually sorted it, so let's have a look. Oh, be a bit croaky. Okay, 4 pears, and that one's got a little bit of a ding in it, but the rest look okay. So 4 pears, 2 mangoes, and let me see, 2 bananas, still quite green. And now there's definitely some citrus stuff. Oh, is actually okay. So I've got 2 bags of easy peelers. I'm not mad keen on these, but I will eat as many as I can, and you can juice citrus stuff and freeze it in ice cubes and pop it into things as you're cooking. Right, okay, on to the veg. Butternut squash, nice heavy one. Cucumber, no idea if it's organic or not. Got 2 red peppers. That one is a little bit soft, but it'll be fine for cooking. That one is alright, it'll be good raw or cooked. Got 1, 2, 3 big salad tomatoes. That one's got a little dent and a mouldy bit, but just cut that off, that's absolutely fine. 1 large carrot, an extra large avocado and a medium avocado. Now they feel okay, but you never know with avocados, they could be completely brown inside, but that's half the fun. We have a red onion and a burst open bag of salad potatoes. Oh, actually they're Maris Piper, so even though they're small baby ones, they'll still boil up for mash. So there we go. Not bad for £1.50. So while I was waiting for the Lidl boxes to get put out, I popped to Morrisons with £2.90 in cash, and I got a pack of cooking bacon. Now this pack is normally £1, so it's quite cheap anyway, but the 75p was ideal for me. That's 500 grams, half a kilo, so that's about a good pound's worth of bacon. And I got a kilo of drumsticks, chicken drumsticks. So they'll be cooked today, and I'll take the meat off them and that'll be divvied up and frozen. The bacon needs a little bit of prep. I'll sort out any rashers and then cut up any little bits. Bacon freezes really well. And there is my receipt for exactly £2.90. So it's actually the next day. I spent most of yesterday editing my Big Money Monday video. So today I am assessing the produce that was in the Lidl box. So first thing I have done is I have finally sliced a cucumber to make bread and butter pickles. So it's quite a simple recipe. I'll leave the exact details on the blog because I don't have time between doing this overnight, getting the video up, blah blah blah. So basically you need 25 grams of salt per cucumber, and I'm just going to finish sprinkling the salt. You do it in a glass dish so it doesn't react with anything, and then after 24 hours, you rinse it, drain it, pat them all dry, and then you pickle them in a simple vinegar solution. So again, I will leave a link to a recipe on the blog. And if anyone knows, they can maybe let us know in the comments, but why are they called bread and butter pickles? They are very like sort of gherkins or dill pickles that you can get, but for some reason, they're called bread and butter pickles, and I have to say they're absolutely delicious, and I could just get a big jar and a spoon and I could eat the blooming lot. So they will go 24 hours before I start processing them. So that's one job done. So once I've taken the wrapper off the mangoes, they're pretty soft, so I think I will make some simple basic mango chutney. I've done this before and talked about it, and I will freeze it in single meal size portions in little tubs, and then when you're having a curry or something spicy, you can just take it out the freezer. I'm just going to see if I've got my little... Okay, so this is the sort of size of little plastic tub that I would freeze one portion in. So I've got a couple of these. They are actually, I think they're meant for baby food, but they're really useful for doing little single portions of chutneys and millishes and stuff that you can pop in the freezer. And it saves us all the faffing around with sterilising and jars and stuff. And if you're like me, you probably don't use up a lot in a short space of time. So freezing it seems to work for me. So we've also got the pears, which are quite firm. Pears ripen once they're picked, they don't ripen on the tree. But as you know, pears can go hard, 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 all of a sudden overripe and mushy. So I'll keep an eye on these for a couple of days, and I might just simply poach them in sort of water, sugar and a little bit of lemon juice, and they will be absolutely delicious. Poached pears are also fabulous if you poach them in pear cider. Yes, they are, Luna, but you can't have them. No, be quiet. There were 2 avocados. I had the large one yesterday. I'll insert a photograph in here. Medium one, which I'm just going to eat the avocados as they are. Still haven't done or haven't thought of anything to do with the easy peelers other than juice them. Marmalade. Ooh, some sort of marmalade. I would need to really scrub the skins. I'll see. Any suggestions? Leave them down below. So the potatoes, they're not great, but I'm not even going to bother peeling them and doing stuff. They're just getting boiled in the skins, and I will skin them at the end and then decide whether I'm going to mash them, freeze them, potato salad them, whatever. Chicken drumsticks I have just flung in the slow cooker with some hot water, some boiling water, and then it'll make its own sort of stock. Haven't added anything, it's literally just chicken and water, and then that way the chicken is safe for Luna to have if I'm going to give her some chicken things as well. So I'm trying to make the best use of the things that I've got, but preparing them quite simply so that they can be used in a variety of recipes and meals. So while the mangoes were ripe, they weren't that sweet. So yep, making mango chutney is the way I'm going. So here it is, chopped up in my pan with some brown sugar, vinegar, grated ginger, a touch of cumin, a pinch of salt, and I've just added a few chili flakes to it as well. And I will let that simmer just until it's a bit pulpy, and then I'll pop it into the wee tubs ready for freezing. Okay, I'm going to deal with this cooking bacon, and you don't always get uniform slices or pieces, so it really is a bit of an unknown until you get in there. So I've got nice clean hands. So what my plan is to sort out the slices from the pieces. Alright, so I've got my greaseproof paper here. I'll see if I can. Oh, do you know what I have to say? It's looking pretty good. Okay, I don't know if it picks up on camera, but these are quite thick slices. Okay, so I'm just having a wee feel. There are no bones. Okay, so that's 4 slices. And oh my goodness. Right, so that's 2. All right, I think we'll maybe separate them into 2. They're really large. Wow. My daughter-in-law Leila, who's actually vegetarian, does get this type of cooking bacon for my son. So I'll need to ask her if she gets these really nice slices too, or if it's just pieces. I thought it was going to be a mixture of different sized pieces and little bits that you could use. Now, okay, first bit where I've got a really thick bit of fat. Right, so here you can see I've got a much smaller piece compared to these, but actually, and that's a really thick piece there. Yep, that's a thick piece there. Wow. Well, for 75 pence, I am impressed, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 really generous portions. In fact, I would probably just use 1. Wow, how many pieces would you use? It could either be a bacon butty, or I could cook it and put it through pasta, stir fries, all sorts of things. Wow. Well, I have to say, Morrisons, I am super impressed with your cooking bacon. Normally £1 in money for well over £1 in weight, 500 grams of what looks like really decent bacon. I'm impressed. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to get another piece of greaseproof paper and put that on top and lay out some more, and I'm going to open freeze these, and then once they're frozen I will wrap them up individually in bags and keep them in the freezer. Okay, chicken drumsticks still bubbling away. They'll be dealt with later. I've made a quick potato salad with red onion for a change, just a little bit, enough to give it some colour. I still have about 2/3 of the potatoes, which I will just use up in the next couple of days. I've finished off the mango chutney. So I've ended up with 3 tubs that size, one of these and one of these. So I've got 5 tubs ready to go in the freezer. I still have some of the curry paste I made ages ago. I made some flatbreads from yoghurt that was nearly at its end the other day. They're in the freezer. What else have I done? Oh my goodness, I've had quite a busy day today. After a couple of hours, I don't know if you can see, that is just the salt and the cucumber, and it brings out all the water. Oops! Obviously the lid is not as waterproof as I thought. So yes, I'm off to have a cup of tea now, and we will wrap up this video. So the last thing I'm doing today is some quick pickled red onions. These are just the onions that were left over from making my potato salad. And yeah, it is literally vinegar, sugar, salt, a couple of peppercorns and mustard seeds, and then you just pour boiling water over the onions, drain them, put them in where they're still warm, and apparently you can eat them after half an hour, but they're best left for a day. The jar's not sterilised, I haven't processed them, so these are literally quick pickles and they'll be used up in the next couple of days. So I hope that was of use to you and giving you some ideas of some of the things you might be able to do. I haven't done the whole sterilisation of jars and things because they're not proper preserves, mainly because the mango chutney is going in the freezer. and the quick pickled onions, they'll be eaten within a day or two. But if you're going to store pickles and things long term, then yeah, you've got to go through all the sterilisation process. But for now, I'm just going to be using these things up quite quickly, so there's no need to do that. So if you know why bread and butter pickles are called bread and butter pickles, please do let me know. I have asked this before and didn't really get a clear answer. So if you know, please share and let us know as well. Just a heads up that the Money Monday video, which I've already filmed, is a long one, almost 40 minutes. So please do get yourself a cuppa and sit down and watch it. I'm going to try and timestamp it as well so that you can sort of know where all the bits that interest you are. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about sharing so much information, but hopefully people will be kind. So thanks for watching today. Have a fabulous Friday, have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you again for the big Money Monday. See you then. Bye.